At the beginning of the film, we see a girl named Jimo. She was seated next to a doctor. Actually, Jimo can perceive monsters that a common person can't see. Her mother has admitted her into a mental asylum because of this. Jimo's mom believes that her daughter has become insane. The doctor asks, "Do you still see the monster?" Jimo notices a small monster on doctor's hand that was scratching the doctor's hand in the meantime. She says, "No, I don't perceive the monsters." She tells a lie. She said this because she wants to leave this asylum. The doctor believes Jimo has completely recovered. Her permitted her to leave. Because of this, Jimo has begun working at a supermarket. Because her mother was admitted to the hospital because of a serious illness. While working at the supermarket one day, Jimo sees a monster there and Jimo makes many errors in her work. The owner of the supermarket rebukes her as a result. He gives her the task of distributing the pamphlets outside as punishment. While distributing the pamphlets, she meets a man named Meng. Because he was a monster hunter and he was looking for a monster. We see his friend Pepper, who was Meng's friend that helps him in his work. You can think of Pepper in this sense as a person's best instrument, which helps in his work. This Pepper was similar to this. This Pepper helps him in his every work. The interesting thing is that this Pepper speaks in human manners. We see Jimo was denying that there is no monster around. Despite her rejection, Meng enters a supermarket with his Pepper. The three of them become stunned when they witness it, because there was a monster that was freezing everything. He was drawing a path on the paper to catch the monster. He sends the monster's paper to awake it from sleep. When the monster awakes the paper, the creature was making an attempt to grab the paper. There Meng has drawn a magical path there on paper. From there he could send the monster in its world back. However, Meng has made a mistake. He has not completed the full circle of the magical path he's created. As a result, the monster was released. The creature then starts pursuing Meng and his paper. Meng nonetheless uses magic to transform the monster into a crystal. Jimo gets pleased after seeing this. Jimo was happy to know that she is not the only one in the world that can see the monster, but there is someone else who can see the monster as well. She asks many questions from Meng about this, but Meng remains silent. He then departs, but while leaving, he left the crystal in the supermarket. Jimo now has this crystal and she takes it. Later, a woman is shown who was observing everything with her magic. She claims that she was looking for this girl. Actually, she was talking about Jimo. This lady sends her monster hunter to Jimo for calling her. We learn later what this lady needs from Jimo. We observe Jimo and the severe damage the man has made in the supermarket. Jimo was accused of everything. This news spreads quickly. Now that Jimo has lost her job, her house owner has kicked her out of the house. The owner believed that her madness has not ended up yet. Monsters are still visible to her. We also see Meng, the monster hunter. A girl comes to his house who used to buy monster crystal from him. Meng begins to find those monster crystal but could not find it. because he had misplaced that crystal in the supermarket. He is giving the girl little crystal, but the girl just gives him a small sum of money in exchange for this. She claims that these crystals are not really helpful for her. The girl now claims while leaving that when the door between monster and human will open this time, it will be your final way to obtain the crystal of your brother. He would not be able to obtain the crystal if he could not find that. The girl then exits his home as he says this. On the later other side, we see Jimo walking alone in the night. Jimo is suddenly attacked by some monsters. All of this was taking place close to Meng's house. He learns that there are monsters near his house. As a result, he learns when he goes outside that Jimo is being chased by all of these monsters. He helps her because of this, and the monsters were many in numbers. Meng was unable to combat them. Of this, many more monster hunters start to show up in the meantime. They quickly kill all of those monsters because they have weapons stronger than Meng's of capturing Meng. All the monster hunters were also informing Meng about this. Because this is their area, he must never come here again. These all are monster hunters. They change the monsters into crystal. After that they used to sell. Jimo runs away from there and jumps into Meng's car. She gives him the crystal that she found at the supermarket. She also tells Meng her story along with this. Since she was a young child, she could see the monster. Her mother has sent her to a mental asylum because of this. Everyone believed I was crazy. I don't know why all of these monsters have turned into my lethal foes at this point. Ming says I don't know anything about this. To your questions I have no answer. However, I know about a man who can answer all of your questions. Meng brings Jimo to that man the next day. He possesses a body that was half lion and half man. It implies that man was a monster once, but he has evolved into a half human after residing in the human world. He was explaining to Jimo that the worlds of people and monsters are quite different. The worlds mix up occasionally with each other. Monsters consequently enter the world of humans. The monster hunters transform them into crystal after killing them. Therefore, any human can use their powers. And you see monster because Yuri a guardian. Yuri the next guardian of the world between monsters and humans. Soon the gate will open. Within some days you will have all of your powers as soon as the gate open. The man also tells the name of another woman. She is the first guardian, he says, and she does not want you to be the next guardian. He is referring to the same woman whom we first saw. The lady who wants to call Jimo to her. She can now take your powers. She doesn't want you to take her place. That's why the guardian from the monsters attacks on you. She tried to kidnap you as time goes on. You I'll start to get powers as soon as the gate opens. As a result of using these powers, you can become more powerful. You will be vigilant from that lady guardian till the gate opens. The man gives her two cards, and the one card was that she can play on the person she has a lot of faith in. The next card was that will help her in becoming invisible for 3 days. She plays the trust card on Meng because she solely trusts Meng this time. But this did not make the man pleased. The man instructed Meng to keep Jimo with him. The man instructed, "She is now your duty and you will keep her with you." When Meng was taking Jimo home, we saw them trapped in a loop. It indicated that someone was casting magic on them, and the monster hunter was behind this all. That was sent by the guardian lady to bring Jimo. Meng and the monster hunter engage in a fierce battle there, but in the end, he managed to save Jimo and brings her in his home. He, after taking the invisible card from Jimo, placed in this house. His house completely vanishes as a result of the dimension. They must stay hidden for 3 days. The next morning, when Jimo wakes up, the paper tells her the paper that Meng had about we know that can speak. It tells that Meng wants to become a good monster hunter like his brother, because his brother was a good monster hunter. Jimo is saddened by learning about his brother. As time goes on, Jimo and Meng have solidified their friendship. One day Jimo gets call informing her of her mother's poor health condition. The doctors were asking from an operation soon. They require Jimo's signature for this reason. After hearing this, Jim becomes very concerned. Meanwhile, a strange monster arrives there and the paper tells his monster delivers a person to their desired location where they wish to go. Jimo has called him using her repressed power. It implies that Jimo developed her abilities gradually. After listening to this, Jimo and Meng arrive at the hospital after using this monster. Jimo was delighted to see her mom. Meng realized after they arrived that this was a magical trap set by the Lady Guardian Lady. It implies that Jimo has been called here by the Lady Guardian. She claims that your mother's condition is due to your magical powers. She reminds Jimo that remember when you were a kid, by using your abilities mistakenly you had called a monster. Your mother's condition is caused by the monster. She claims that your abilities are curse for you. Jimo gets raged after hearing this, and she starts destroying everything by utilizing her power. The Lady Guardian tells her that I can still assist you. I'll drain your abilities. As a result, none of your close ones will suffer any harm. Additionally, you will be able to live a regular life. This lady comments have now entrapped Jimo. Jimo is now a remote place with the lady. On the other side, we see the monster. The Lady Guardian had sent Kim. Meng's power was burned by him, and it has been destroyed. Additionally, he burns Meng with his supernatural abilities. Meng's power ashes after soaring up reach towards the man. He has a body that was half lion and half human. The paper informs the man about this that Meng needs your help. After hearing this, the man uses his abilities and calls Meng to him. He tells him that we still have time. Jimo still possesses her skills and she has trust in you. I'll have to save her at any cost. He creates Meng's hand after using the paper's ash. Meng feels wonderful. He managed to find Jimo by the power of that monster. Jimo also felt that although the lady has started her magic to grab her powers, because the gate was soon to be opened, Meng has arrived there to save Jimo. Meanwhile, the monster hunter with fire abilities arrives. He engages in combat with Meng in order to stop him. The portal opens in the meantime, and the hunter Meng see a crystal. Actually, this was Meng's brother crystal that he had also desired to take. Meng had a dream to take this crystal. Whoever obtained this crystal will grow into the greatest monster hunter. That is the reason the other guardian monster hunter wants to take it as well. To get this crystal, they get into a fierce struggle with each other. This crystal is taken by the other monster hunter. But as he holds the crystal in his hand, its shine starts to fade. Meanwhile, we see Meng's hand that was made for Ash that begins to be reborn. As Meng has touched it, all of the crystal powers were transferred into Meng's hand. He has become the most powerful monster hunter. He ends the monster hunter's life of using his abilities. He runs straight for Jimo when he sees her, who just passed out. He is informed by the monster lady that you are late because Jimo will vanish from this world soon. Meng informed Jimo that we have made it difficult to get here in this regard, and you cannot leave me in this way. I'll be by your side always, and I'll guard you. Jimmy awakens once more time. Hearing this, additionally, the gate has opened now. Jimmy has become more powerful. The supermarket monster has arrived when Jimmy awakens. After using her abilities, Jimmy quickly murdered the guardian lady, who wants to grab her powers. She also sends the supermarket monster into its world. Additions to this, later Jimo and Meng become happy to see each other. Actually, they achieved everything that they wanted to achieve. The film end up with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.